Today we're in the heart of Washington, D.C. on Connecticut Avenue to take a look at a home that is steeped with American history. It was built back in the 1920s and used to be a restaurant. Yep, back in the day you could get a rack of lamb here for just $2, but now it's someone's home. Let's go inside.
Vanessa, welcome.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. Welcome. Let me take your coat.
I can't wait to see what you have in store for me.
Thank you. I hope you like it. Come on in. Let me show you around.
Now, Ed, very few people can say that they live in a former restaurant and ballroom. So tell me about this.
Well, originally when the building was built in 1928, this was built to be the dining room. A lot of these old co-op buildings had dining rooms in them, and this one was meant to seat about 100 people. With what is currently my office being a private dining room, and then the front, which is now my foyer, also being a small private dining room that people could rent out for parties. And the restaurant was here. It was a fairly formal restaurant. It existed from 1928 to 1971 and went out of business in 1971. And then the Daughters of the American Revolution came in and leased the space for the next 35 years. The Livingston chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution used this as a ballroom here. And then they had my office. It was a library, and then and where my kitchen is now was a private dining room.
And now, actually, I hear that Harry S. Truman, our 33rd president,
yes,
he lived in this complex, so that means he would come and have dinner here as well.
I expect he probably did. He lived here 2 different times. He lived in a few buildings in the neighborhood when he was senator, and even when he was vice president. At that time, we didn't have a vice presidential mansion the way we do now.
Right.
And we actually have a grocery bill from when Harry Truman lived here. He had groceries delivered up to his apartment, unit 403.
403. Wow, $31.16.
30, and I imagine in that day that bought a lot of groceries.
I can imagine
yeah, it's pretty cool.
so.
So it's a nice piece of history to have here.
That is. That's incredible.
So it's kind of cool to have that.
Wow. I wonder if he talked foreign policy with his wife over some nice brook trout here.
Who knows what took place in the dining room? He could have been asked to be vice president for all we know here.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm just making that up.
You never. Well, if these walls could talk, yeah, they would say a lot, I'm sure. Now, is this the original kitchen where they would cook up the pot roast?
No, actually, the original kitchen is where my guest room is, and it's in the back of the house over here. So let me show you. So this is the larger guest room of the 2 guest rooms, and it's what used to be the kitchen when the DAR was here. So picture dark brown cabinets and avocado green appliances from the 1970s everywhere.
Oh, that does not sound good. Wow, you did a really great job renovating this.
There was basically about a foot of plaster and terracotta block over this brick wall.
Wow.
And when we knocked it out, we found, oh, beautiful brick wall, so we can use that. We didn't have to build a new wall, and we could, there were already spots for the windows, and although we put in new windows, we didn't have to knock holes in the wall for windows, which was great. And then another way we were able to save money was by not moving plumbing very far. So that's why I located the bathroom for the guest room and the kitchen very close to where the original kitchen was. Let me show you.
All right, let's have a look.
Okay. So this is the bathroom.
Yes, it is. But I love what you've done with the marble there. It gives it a very sophisticated feel.
Thank you. Actually, the marble is not the most expensive thing in the room. The glass door is the most expensive thing in the room.
Really?
For some reason, it's hard to get a good deal on good, solid glass doors like this.
So how much does a glass door cost?
I think this was $1,600.
Wow.
And try as I might, I couldn't find it any cheaper.
Well,
so,
who knew?
Go figure. And then the other thing we had to do in here is we had to build this concrete step in order to cover the piping for the toilet, but it also made it really easy to step into the bathtub.
I like that.
And yeah, so it makes the toilet work pretty well there, and it has its own little room.
And I like the wood stained floors that you've kept the continuity from the main room.
Yeah, again, it wears really well again. So.
This is great.
And speaking of toilets, I sleep where there used to be toilets. Why don't I show you?
All right, let's go.
Well, this is my master bedroom, And I won't make any cliche statements here at all. But the funny thing about this room is that my bed is right where 2 toilets used to be. This used to be the ladies' room for the Daughters of the American Revolution when they were here. And there were 2 toilets right exactly where my headboard is. And on this side, behind you, there were 2 sinks. And there were stalls and this very old-fashioned wallpaper. And little signs, ladies, thank you for not smoking.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they were rebels. And actually, my favorite feature of my master bedroom is not actually the bedroom, but it's my master bathroom.
Ooh,
Come take a look.
Ed, I'm really liking this rustic, modern feel to this bathroom. It's great.
Thank you. It's comfortable.
It is, and now right off the bat, I really noticed this beautiful piece of furniture. Tell me about this.
This was actually a mistake. I got this at a great store up in Baltimore called Second Chance, which is a nonprofit store, and they sell old furniture and fixtures and stuff like that. And I purchased this. It was green when I bought it, and I had some kids young folks working for me, and I told them, get off all the paint and then restain it for me. And he had no idea what he was doing, and he screwed it all up. And when he finished it, it looked like this, and I was like, "Oh my God, you screwed!" Actually, it looks great.
It was a great
mistake. Let's go with it. Yeah, so it actually looks really antiqued or vintage or something, and it's not. He just screwed it up.
I love it, and I'm dying to know what's in the drawers.
Let's see. We have
what surprises?
Flossers.
All right.
And breathe right strips. Little commercial plug.
You're prepared.
And
Q-tips, all right.
Everything a man needs in his bag.
You've got it all, I can clearly see. And now I love the best for last here.
Yeah, my favorite thing is the shower, and we just bared the brick wall, and we had a big drain pipe going through there, and I didn't want to cover it up.
Wow, so I like that.
But the best thing is the shower pressure is really good.
Oh my God, you don't miss a spot with this.
Yeah, you can get clean in about 2 minutes in this thing. So and it's a steam room too.
Oh,
so that's awesome.
That is incredible.
I love this shower. You know, although this is somewhat modernized, like much of the rest of the house, I did try to keep some things very vintage in the way they were originally in 1928, and I have a little half bath that really hasn't been changed since it was originally built in 1928. Come look.
All right, let's go see.
Cool. Voila.
Wow, Ed, you weren't kidding. Now, I see you kept the original stall and the urinal.
Yep, it's every man's dream to have a urinal.
Ed, thanks for giving me the grand tour. This house has so much history and charm.
Well, thank you. I consider it a real honor to live in a place with history, and I love living here, and it's been a real pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow, this house is like the perfect gentleman. Sophisticated, charming, and debonair who spares no expense. Sounds like a distinctive date. But who has time for that? I have so much more to see.